I'm not a man, but I know what I like as a woman. So I'm going to teach you guys in 3 easy steps how to get a woman like me from the restaurant to the bedroom. 3 easy steps. Step 1, have a plan. So don't what you doing. Don't are you free. Because that tells me you're trying to test the waters. You know, I like a man who assumes the sale. This woman's going to be mine. So we going in with a plan. Are you free this day at this time for this activity? That way you can get a yes or a no. Very simple, and the logistics are already kind of set. So your feelings don't get hurt and you're not dragging that shit out over text message. Are you free at 6 on Friday for mini golf? I would love to do that with you. And I would say if I like the guy, yes, absolutely. I want to do more than mini golf. But if I don't like the guy, no. Then the guy can take that same approach and just keep on going down the line. It's a numbers game for you guys, you know. If you're going to be the man, you got to approach. Why? Because then now we're going to be in a matriarch. If you don't want to approach, now women get all the power. And you don't want to give that up. Y'all want to keep in power, so you're going to have to do the hard stuff. Approach. Don't be afraid to get rejected. Now, step 2, after you have that yes or no, then you're going to take her out. You're going to arrange her transportation, either go and get her or arrange her Uber. Boom. Be a gentleman, do all the gentlemanly stuff. Now, here's where it gets good, because if she likes you, she's going to give you a sign. Your question, the cue is, so should we call it a night, or do you want to get into some more adventures? That's going to tell you everything you need to know. Call it a night. I don't want to sleep with you. I might have to go to work. I feel lukewarm. Maybe we need a second date, but maybe not. More adventures. I'm 1,000% into you. Okay. See how there's clear delineation. We're into it. We're not into it. Simple question. And you don't got to have your ego hurt. Y'all just don't know how to communicate and how to do the courting process. Again, if she don't want to see you, now you do mini golf with the next bitch. Simple. I was going to say step 3, but I don't even know if there is a step 3. So there it is. How to get a woman like me in a few easy steps. Oh, I will say, have some money. Don't be broke, obviously, because men that have stability in their lives are more nice. Broke men are very mean, and they put you in harm's way. And then also put that shit on. Smell good, look good, like really present well, because the woman is putting her eyebrows on. She getting lash extensions and her coochie waxed for you. So make sure you put that shit on so it's equal effort. Intentionality is so important. I can't stand a man who only wants a convenient bitch, convenient date, convenient experience. I love a man who loves intentionality. So that's how you get a woman like me.
Who said I even wanted a woman like you? Well, that's probably a whole nother conversation. She made a few good points, but she's a woman. So it's always something missing from their argument. There's always something missing or some type of contradiction. And we're going to get into it. All right. So the first thing she says is have a plan. And I totally agree. You have to have a plan. You understand? You already got to have it in your mind what you want to do with this chick. Even when you're going up to meet a woman like this on the street, or if you are matching with chicks on the dating app, right? Or if you catching them on social media, however you're doing it, you got to have a plan. Only difference is I just need to know when she's free. When are you free? You understand? Because if I can understand when you're free, like if you say, well, I'm free on weekends or I'm free on Fridays, then I understand that you have intention for my plan. Like you're accepting of a plan in general. If you can tell me when you're free, you see what I'm saying? And so that would be the change that I would do there. I wouldn't necessarily be like, would you like to join me for this, and this on whatever day? Because in my opinion, I'm giving too much and I don't know if you're willing to make time. So for me, I like to go on dates in the evening. I don't do daytime or afternoon dates because I'm trying to smash that night. So I need to know what evening you're free. So logistically, everything can follow suit, right? So I need to know what evening you're free. Once she gives me an evening that she's free, that's when I give her the plan. You understand? We're going to meet here at this place at this time. And usually I try to I let them know what venue it is so they can look it up for themselves, so they can understand the dress code and all that other type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? But the bottom line is find out when she's free and have a plan. I mean, shit, if you even if you're just trying to invite them back to the crib, if that's your plan, that's your plan. That's the bottom line. You understand? Because if you have a woman that's actually attracted to you, you really don't always have to go out on dates or take them anywhere. You understand? And like she said, it's a numbers game. And once you present the plan, it's usually a yes or no situation. You understand? It's a yes or no situation. And that means, like she says, you don't have to drag it out. You don't have to get all in your feelings and get all attached and all that nonsense. It's either A or B, left or right, ones and zeros, binary AF. You see what I'm saying? Everything is binary. You understand? We can leave that non-binary stuff over there. Everything with a man with a masculine identity is binary. It's either she's messing with us or she's not. It's either she's free or she's not. It's either she's interested or she's not. That's it. There's only two choices. All right. But like she says, it's a numbers game. So if you present the plan and they don't accept the plan, you move on to another chick and you present the plan there until you find the chick that is down with the plan. That's really it. Like, it's really not that complicated. Right now, when she starts getting to all that nonsense about paying for her transportation and giving her an Uber, that is that female shit where she wants to be pampered by somebody on the first date. Look, I don't know you. I don't know you. And first impressions is very important. I need to know that you can get to a place. I need to know that you have access to reliable transportation. I would like for you to have a car, right? And if not a car, I would like for you to have your own Uber account attached to your credit or debit card. You get what I'm saying? So you can get to where you need to get to on your own. I need you to have an organized enough life to provide transportation for yourself. I need you to be responsible with your finances and your resources as a woman that you can at least get to where I'm requesting you to get to. We're not starting off on that type of foot where I'm already simping and paying for this and paying for that and paying for your babysitter. And no, we're not doing that over here. You understand? I know, guys, and I understand there's a lot of stupid ass simp dudes that made the game hard for a lot of us sensible guys. And because they love to trick and so on and so forth. But you got to stick to your guns, because how you start is how you finish. How you start is how you finish. So if you start off paying for a woman's Uber, that's what it's going to be. If you start off paying for things that a woman is supposed to be responsible for as an adult, that's how it's going to be. So don't fall into the trap of paying for these chicks Ubers or paying for these chicks babysitter or any of that dumb stuff. You understand? Do not do that. She should at least be able to meet you at the place that you told her to. If she's truly interested in spending time with you, she should be able to meet you and get there on her own. You understand? Period. All right. End of story. Don't allow these women to swindle you, because a lot of times you'll send them money for a Uber and then they won't show up. A lot of these chicks, they love to shame men for being broke, but a lot of them are broke. And that's why they want to shame you, to try to swindle you into sending them money or paying for stuff that they should be paying for themselves. You understand? Don't let them try to lie to you. Don't let them try to shame you about, oh, well, I'm getting dressed up and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. All of that stuff you should be doing on a regular basis, right? Because you get up every day and you go to work looking fly, right? You go to work representing yourself for your boss and all of that. So you should be able to represent yourself lovely for me too. You understand? So don't let them shame you. Don't let them, my makeup costs this amount and my lashes cost this and blah, blah. And shoot, I don't really mess with chicks that's too much on that makeup stuff anyway. You understand? Like, if you're too fake, I don't really mess with you. So that's what I was saying. Who said I want a girl like you? But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, so yes, it's a numbers game. And the part where she talked about, you as men, we have to do the pursuing, we have to do the approaching, and we have to deal with dealing with women that are possibly not interested in the plan that we have. She's right. With great power comes great responsibility, right? As men, we have the power. We are the natural leaders. We have to pursue. We have to choose. We have to choose on them. We have to go meet them. We have to go introduce ourselves. We have to be the one to, after we match on a dating app, it always works out better when we make the first move and send the first message, right? We got to be the ones to go there first. We are the hunters. We are the leaders, right? The power lies with us. So because the power lies with us, then we also have to deal with the responsibilities of filtering through all of the women who are not interested, or filtering through the women who don't want to follow through with the plan. And that's okay. It's a part of the game. It's a part of the reality of dating and dealing with chicks. You understand? It is what it is. I know a lot of guys don't want to deal with that part. They just want to go out and talk to the first girl they see and for her to say yes. And then for them to get married or to just jump on your roster. And it's as simple as that. Well, that's not reality. I mean, it's not impossible for that to happen, but it's also not very probable for that to happen. You understand? So as men, we have to get used to the fact that it's a numbers game. We got to filter through the BS to get to the ones that are interested in us like how we're interested in them. That's just the reality of it. Another thing that she said that's very important is have a plan and set everything up so she can say yes or no. So you don't have to drag it out through text messaging. That's a very important point. A lot of you guys spend way too much time texting back and forth with these chicks because you think you're supposed to build rapport and all that nonsense. If the woman likes you, she likes you, bro. Set up the plan, set up the date. Let's get going. Stop with all the back and forth. What did you eat today? Good morning, queen, and all that other stuff. She don't deserve that type of access to you until she shows herself to be consistent and interested enough to at least show up to a date. You understand? We got to show some type of consistency. She needs to show herself to be worthy of all that type of attention first. But that's also another conversation when we start talking about the vetting process and all that other stuff. And if you want to learn more about that, go to badboymembership.com, where you can learn about the vetting process, online dating, and the ways to move out here in these dating streets, like step-by-step programs about exactly what to do in these dating streets. All right. Badboymembership.com. See, I just want to point out real quick how there's a little bit of hypocrisy here, right? Because when she's talking about setting up the date, she wants you to be very direct, right? But when she's talking about asking the coded question of if you want to spend more time and get into more adventures, now we have to ask a question. You see what I'm saying? The bottom line is this: you instruct a woman on what you would like to do. You understand? If you like, so she said, meet up for mini golf. Let's just say you're done with mini golf and you want to take her to someplace a little bit more secluded so you guys can be intimate. You let her know, hey, after this, we're going to this other spot that I know is really cool and we'll be able to get to know each other a little bit more. And you don't ask her, you tell her. You understand? But here's what you do. After giving her that information or those instructions, you check her behavior. Now, if she objects to going to someplace a little bit more intimate or secluded, then you have your answer and you can end the date right there, right? But you don't ask her, oh, would you like to get in? Should we call it a night? No, I'm leading the date. I'm not giving that power to her. I'm letting her know, hey, after this, we're going to head back to my place. After this, we're going to head back to my place. And then all you do is check her behavior. Check how she responds to the plan. If she's like, oh, no, I don't think I'm ready for that, then you can easily just be like, oh, OK, that's cool. But I need you to know that if we see each other again, you're coming to my place. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to let the woman know what it is. Now, of course, it would help if you throughout the date, you tested the waters, you did some sexual flirting, and, you know, in conversation, you bring up sex and you bring up attraction and all these other things. But the bottom line is you have to check her response. Check her response to you bringing up certain topics. Check her response to sexual flirtation. Check her response to escalation. Check her response to physical touch. Check her response to your presence, right? Check her response to your sexuality. You understand? So if you start talking about sex, if you start making sexual jokes or flirting sexually, you need to make sure you're paying attention to how she responds to you. So if she responds positively, if when you move closer to her, she moves closer to you. If when you move in for the kiss, she moves in for the kiss as well. If you make a sexual joke or flirt sexually and she laughs like it's the funniest joke that she's ever heard in her life, then you have your answer. Then you know what it is. And then from there, you could be like, all right, listen, after we're done here, we're headed back to my place. Or you can just be like, come with me. You don't even have to say anything, because as long as she's willing to follow you, there should be no objection. Now, if she realizes you're headed back to your place, right, with her, and she begins to object, then just let her know, no problem. It's all right. We can end the date here. And whenever you're ready to take it to that level, whenever you're ready to be alone with me at my place, you let me know. You see what I'm saying? You have my information. And hey, you want me to walk you to your car? You can literally end the date right there. The problem with so many guys is that instead of putting the woman in a position where she either has to shit or get off the pot, because a lot of guys are afraid to hear the word no, they want to allow the nonsense to go further and further. They want to drag the date out longer. They want to see if, well, maybe if I make her laugh a couple more times, she'll actually warm up to me. Maybe if I keep talking and asking her about, her siblings and her family and what she likes to do for work and all that other stuff, maybe she'll begin to like me. It doesn't work that way. A woman either is interested or she's not. When the vagina's wet, it's wet now, not later. You get what I'm saying? So you cannot be afraid to hear the word no. You cannot be afraid to put it out there, to proposition the woman and let her know what you want to end up doing by the end of the night. Because you need to see her response to that. You need to see her response. Just like she said before, if she's interested in going out with you, it's a yes or no situation. So trust me, if she's interested in having sex with you, it's a yes or no situation just as well. A lot of women are not going to be so upfront and honest about that truth because they still want you to take them out on a date. They still want you to pay them more attention. They know that with most guys who don't have a masculine identity, that if you think that sex is possibly still on the table, that you'll continue the date. Right? So they'll always dangle it. They'll always act like, okay, yeah, we could keep hanging out. So it's up to you to be like, look, we've been hanging out enough. I'm feeling you. You should be feeling me by now. Let's head back to my place. Right? Let's head back to my place. You don't have to get disguised into my, oh, let's go on some more adventures. Because again, a woman will use your time, energy, and attention for as long as you allow her to. You understand? So at some point, you're going to have to give her the opportunity to shit or get off the pot. So that means you're going to let her know, all right, look, we about to head back to my place. You ready? You get what I'm saying? Or come with me. Matter of fact, we're going back to my place so we could take my car. When we're done, I'll bring you back to your car. And if she's like, oh, well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to come back to your place and blah, blah, blah. We're not there yet. Oh, we're not there yet. Oh, okay, cool. No problem. Let me walk you back to your car. And whenever you change your mind about being alone with me at my place, you have my number. We can't be afraid to hear the word no, guys. I know. You always want to hear yes. But in the real world, it doesn't happen that way. You understand? And like she said, it's a numbers game. So you're going to come across women that want to come back to your place. You're going to come across those type of women at some point. You just got to stay positive, keep your masculine identity consistent, and continue doing your thing. Continue going out, continue dating, having a good time, meeting these women, having different experiences, taking notes, recognizing the patterns. But you need to, at some point, let the woman know, look, this is an A or B situation. You either with me or you're not. You're either interested or you're not. You're either sexually attracted or you're not. She said it herself. It's a numbers game. And you have to let the woman know what it is so she can say yes or no. So you don't have to drag it out with your feelings and you don't have to waste your time. See, like she says, simple question and you don't have to have your ego hurt. You understand? Clear delineation. Either she's into you or she's not. Don't be afraid. Like I said, throughout the course of the date, you got to test the waters. You got to flirt. You got to touch. You got to do stuff. In most situations, you'll know where a woman is at and you'll know, oh, she's not feeling me. We can end the date right now. You get what I'm saying? And in other situations, it's like, yo, she's down for whatever. And she's touching on me. She's feeling me. We making out. It's getting real hot and heavy. Now it's time to stop all this mini golf nonsense and head back to my place. Now it's time to stop throwing axes in the bar and head back to my place because I'm trying to hit the bullseye tonight. Oh, man, that's terrible. Anyway, and then the other part she talked about is, make sure you have it on, put on the cologne, wear nice clothes. I mean, all that's a given. Once you get into your masculine identity, you should know how to dress. You should know how you want to represent your style and all that other stuff. And if you're on the masculine identity membership, make sure you check out the video on how to use your masculine identity to develop your style. That's a very important video, right? Where I take you through everything on what you need to do to get a good starting point and to assess your style in general. And you can build on that from there through accessories, clothing, fashion, and even cologne and things like that, and grooming as well. So guys, it's really a numbers game. You have to be binary and you have to be brave enough to put a woman in a situation where she has to choose one or the other. You understand? We could either continue the date and get closer, get more intimate, or we can end the date here. And if you change your mind and if you want to get intimate and closer, we can have date 2. You understand? But we can't, guys, we can't be so wasteful with our time, energy, and resources where we're constantly taking these chicks out and we're afraid to actually we're afraid to actually proposition them for intimacy because we're too afraid to hear the word no. You understand? And in all honesty, if you're paying full attention, if you know what you're doing, and if you've been on enough dates, which is why you should practice as much as possible, which is why you should go out on a lot of dates. If you're paying attention, you'll know which women are feeling you and which women are not. You'll know which women to invite back to your crib, and you'll know which women you can end the date early because you realize the chemistry's not there and it's not going anywhere. You see what I'm saying? So if you're paying attention, you'll get an idea of how a woman behaves when she's into you as opposed to when she's not. You understand? But other than that, it's a numbers game, and the leadership and responsibility of approach and meeting up with these chicks, like setting up meetings so we can test the waters and all that other stuff, so we could test for attraction and compatibility. All that is up to us. You understand? It is our power. So therefore it's our responsibility. All right. So guys, I hope you got something from this video. All right. So it's your boy, Miles Cunningham. Hope you got something from the video. Hope you're having a great day. Be good to yourself. Be grateful. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.